What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with Budget Battles, your favourite series on the channel. I know it is, and today we are joined by the Celtic loving, beer drinking McBride Ace.
Hello, Flyndle's channel. It's McBride.
Now, for those of you guys that don't know who McBride is, he's a fantastic Sorare content creator around the team Celtic. So, if you love Celtic, or you saw that they absolutely smashed on the weekend, and you want to see some banging rewards, then make sure you check out his channel, because not only will he have great rewards, and he does reviews and things like that as well, but he does it all whilst having a nice little bev. So it's nice and chill, great channel. Make sure you check it out in the description. Yes, now guys, we're going to speed run the rules for today because we're on episode 4, so you should know the rules by now. What are you doing? Anyway, starting off with the competition, and we're both going to agree on the competition we're going to play and the budget ahead of the game week. Secondly, we're going to complete the lineup building phase incognito, so separately, just so we don't spoil the results at the end for each other. We can sort of reveal who's going to win and make it more exciting. And finally, the giveaway. So obviously the loser has to give away one of the players in their side. How we're going to decide this is on a spinny wheel. Whatever it lands on, we're going to be giving them away on my Twitter the following day after this video is released. So make sure you follow us both on Twitter to be entered into the giveaway. Also, please do note that XP and collection bonus will not be counted for this competition. Do you have any sort of preferences on the competition that we play, McBride?
I had a quick look actually. The ultra attacking's running this weekend, so I thought it might be a good idea. Have a wee look at one of the specials and go for that. So if you're okay with that, we could go for the ultra attacking.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I honestly I haven't really looked ahead of it, but is that do you know the rules for that? Have you looked into it yet?
Yeah, so it's a special comp, and you play one goalkeeper and a mid, but you play a defender, a forward, and an extra card, and they've all got to be forwards. So it's a goalkeeper, a mid, and three forwards. They've actually run it
Okay.
before, and it was quite a fun competition. So I thought that would be a good one just
Okay.
to go for.
No, I like that. That's a good idea actually. I haven't like I said I haven't looked into it, but that would be a good one. Okay, so then I'll decide the budget. Um so we've had oh we usually I think the most we've had is £26. So I'm in my head I'm thinking, oh, do we try and like go higher or do we either go one or two ways here. We either go super cheap and make it super challenging or we go and break the record for budget. I
Yeah.
reckon I reckon we go 30 quid. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. I think, I mean, obviously, there's quite a lot. The good thing is there's no in-season requirements or anything, so you can pick up a few
Uh,
sort of classic cards and stuff for it. So
that changes my that changes my budget. I
you want
didn't
to
know
move
that
it
you.
down?
Oh yeah, I want to move it down because I don't want it to be too easy for us. You know, we're
Yeah,
we're both we're both experienced managers here. Let's challenge ourselves. Let's go with or let I don't know. Classic goalkeepers are really cheap right now, aren't they?
it depends who they are, I suppose, in it. But
Do you think 12 quid is too low?
12 quid's
Super.
going to be a bit of a check because bear in mind you've got your three forwards, and forwards are a bit more.
Oh
Why don't
yeah,
we go for 20
forwards.
quid? And then, because I'm not carrying a lot of limited cards at the moment
Okay.
anyway, so I'll probably just actually go and buy a specific team for this as
Mm.
well. So why don't we go for like 20 quid?
All right, let's go 20 quid then. So 20 quid ultra attacking, yeah?
Yep, sounds
All right,
good.
let's do it.
So here we go. I've got a team constructed. It was quite a bit of fun actually constructing a team for the ultra attacking. So goalkeeper, the no defender forward in the defender position, midfielder, and then another two forwards. So let's have a look at the gallery, and then we can get the team selected. Hope Flyndle's not looking at my gallery and picking up any notes or whatever here. But anyway, we will see who is the winner. So in terms of limited, I've actually bought all of these in, and we'll have a look at them sort of individually. So Kakia picked up, and I think he's got a really good fixture this weekend. It was only 6 or 7 quid. The goalkeeper obviously is going to be quite expensive in this budget of 20 quid. But if you look at his recent scores, really good. Pretty good fixture as well. That was my buy there at 7 quid. Um, Midfield wise, I've picked up a Maxime de Kuiper. Bruges have got a pretty good fixture against O'Leuven this weekend. Really a class player, a guy who I've seen like in the flesh actually when Celtic played Club Brugge in the Champions League. If I had the choice, I'd probably buy the defender card, but this specifically for this competition, and the midfield card come in about £6, which I think is £5.54, which I think is absolutely fine. In terms of the forward side of things, I picked up a couple options, but I think I'm going to go with Brereton Diaz. He's just moved to the championship. He was the top scorer in the championship before. Obviously, all these scores, his 30s and everything there, probably not as relevant. But Sheffield United, pretty good fixture this weekend as well. So I picked him up. He was a real steal at 88 pence. So that's allowed me to spend like the £7 and the £5.54 on the mid cards as well. The other two forwards I picked up are Iose Perez. Again, Villarreal get a pretty good fixture this weekend. I think with this, I mean, it's quite hard on this budget to get guys who are like AA based guys, if that makes sense. So, ideally, if you're playing this competition, you want to get guys who, somebody on set pieces or whatever, or you've got one player Yamal or a Vinicius Junior or whatever. But I mean, it's £20 budget, so it's a bit more of a hit or miss guy, but pretty good player at Villarreal at the moment. I thought he was a really good buy for £1.76. And then my last selection, which we'll plug in the wee minute, is Carlo Holz. He's a guy who was really good at Rosenborg. He's moved to the Turkish league now. If you look at his scores, quite capable. 81 against Fenerbahce, actually, who obviously are no mugs. 77, 71, 74, 91 against Trabzonspor. He's not playing Trabzonspor this weekend, so don't need to worry about Kakia. It's a pretty good fixture at the weekend as well. Not as good recently, but obviously on this budget you've got to be more fixture specific as well. So that's what I'm going to go with. As I said, I could maybe have went for a different route and tried to find somebody who was a bit more of an AA based forward, but decided to spend the money on the midfielder, funnily enough, and the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is always going to be expensive. Guess you could go for a cheaper one as well and just look to kind of go for a cheaper option in terms of getting a clean sheet, but decided to spend the money in those areas. And the goalkeepers are always more expensive as well. So Trabzonspor at home, big man's in really good form as well. I actually picked up a Michel Sego as well. I was considering whether I was going to put him in, but he's the flu recently, so he's only £2 as well. I think he'll do very well there. Move from an R team in Croatia and move to Hajduk, who are probably the best at the moment. Maxime de Kuiper in there, as we mentioned, and then the other guys will be hiding far down the list of the players that I've got, although I've not got as many limited now. But I wanted to pick it of new so that it was like following the budget. So some of these guys, or a lot of these guys, already had in before, if that makes sense. Whereas Brereton Diaz, my search button's not working as well, so apologies. Otherwise, you just actually put it in the searches. And then in terms of captain, I'm going to go for Maxime de Kuiper. It's a bit weird, obviously, to go for a midfielder captain when you're running a sort of ultra attacking competition, but he's a guy who's well capable of the AA side of things. Gets forward a lot, quite capable of getting assists. I would fancy him against O'Leuven, to be honest. Kakia obviously is a goalkeeper, so I don't know if I would captain him. Holt's capable of a big score as well. Perez and Diaz. Brereton and Diaz, I think I'm more hoping for decisives, and that's the lineup.
Are you thinking about signing up to Sorare? If you are, then please do use my link down below in the description. All you got to do is click on that link, buy 5 cards from the primary market, and then you'll get £50 in-game market credits. That means you can have a gallery worth £100 for just 50. Right, let's get that ultra attacking squad built then ahead of our matchup against McBride. So let's load in. have a little look what we're going to go with today. So we're starting off with the Cadiz goalkeeper. Now, if those of you guys, you watched maybe a couple of the other episodes, you saw I do love a Spanish league goalkeeper. Fortunately, last time I had a Spanish league goalkeeper, he actually kept a clean sheet. Unfortunately, it was in the same lineup that I got 3 DMPs, so yeah, not fun. But we've gone with David Heel, who is the Cadiz manager, and I believe I picked him up for £3.34. I will show proof of this at the end, but just so you guys know. And then obviously you got 3 attackers, so that's always fun. We're going to go with Baris Atik, who plays for plays for Magdeburg, I believe they're pronounced, in Bundesliga 2. Pretty much my strategy going into this was like, let me pick up some Bundesliga 2 attackers. So with that being said, our second attacker is going to be Hogota. Again, these names are just very hard for me to pronounce, I can't lie. But yeah, he looks decent. The Swedish attacker for Firth in the second Bundesliga 2, and they're playing against bottom of the league. So obviously Firth are not the best, but I'm hoping because they're playing bottom of the league, he's going to do well. Obviously Attic is actually more of a well-known top-end striker in the league. So yeah, some of you probably already know Attic, but Horgota maybe a bit under the radar. So Attic I managed to pick up for £5.13. And Horgota I picked up for £1.83. So well under the budget, as you guys can see with the first 3. And then our last attacker for today is going to be Edin Dzeko. Again, really nice fixture. I think Galatasaray also have a nice fixture, so might potentially look at maybe trading Dzeko for a Galatasaray man, but I'm not too sure yet. But so as of recording this, I'm going to keep with Dzeko and hope he does well. Managed to pick one up for £3.54, which left me with a nice big budget for the last player. But like I always say in these episodes, I do try and build the squad, a little bit to do with my opponent. So I had to get a Scot in there, and we've gone with Scott McTominay. Obviously the Scottish man himself. Napoli, playing at home against Indonesia, maybe not the best pick, but I had to get a Scot in there if I'm going to be playing against McBride. I like to have at least one player that sort of fits the theme for the guests that we're playing against. So yeah, I haven't actually decided who I'm going to have captain here. I'll be honest. So I'm thinking Fenerbahce have a decent game, as we can sort of see. Fenerbahce lineup's not out yet, but you can see that their opponents aren't very likely to win, that's for sure. I'm thinking potentially one of the Bundesliga 2 boys. Let's have a quick look at. So 47%, not too high, I guess. And we have 55%. Ooh, this is actually a tricky one. I'm going to come back when I've decided who the captain's going to be. So I have decided probably best to go with Baris Atik for the captain. He's the most expensive player, so we'll go with him. Best L15 fixture. Maybe not the best, but he is in Bundesliga 2, so I do want to, attack one, or have one of them as the captain. I like that league for goals, so yeah, it was between Attic and maybe Dzeko, but yeah, as it stands, we're going to go with Attic and confirm that, and then we'll run over some of the prices just to prove to you guys we are well under budget today. So Edin Dzeko, £3.54 as stated, McTominay £2.71, David Heel at £3.34. Attic at £5.13, and then Horgota we kind of got in a trade, but his lowest on the market was £1.83. Yeah, obviously you'll see on screen now just how much I paid for the entire squad. I believe it was around £16.56. So we are well under budget. No worries about that. Let's get on to the weekend. Come on.
Right, update from me then over the weekend, and sorry I look a bit red, hair's a bit all over the place, just out of the shower, you know how it is. But yesterday on stream we watched one of our boys and he done alright. Those of you guys that were in the stream, you would have seen. And I've just come to my computer now thinking that I could watch a live stream of the captain, but unfortunately it is not on YouTube, which is a bit of a shame. But fingers crossed, he's just kicked off. Hopefully he does the business for us. Come on. The boys have done terrible. What an awful Saturday. It's only one thing to do, really.
So the weekend has been me and McBride are back, and how was your weekend, mate?
It wasn't too bad, to be honest. I know you said we can talk about anything, but it was a frustrating one in Sorare. So I actually had my first ever entry into Challenger Super Rare in season. So like the sort of cash entry, and basically I had a penalty for minions for AZ, and he missed it. And then he won a penalty 3 minutes later, and I thought that'll be redeeming. He'll not take it, but somebody else will score it, and then he get VAR'd. So if he'd have scored the penalty, or if the other penalty would have counted, I'd have came second or third, and instead I won nothing. So a wee bit frustrating, but also I'm kind of pleased to be like sort of a wee bit competitive in that, if that makes sense. So
Nice.
and no Celtic as well. So Celtic
Yeah.
did win 5-0 in the
Yeah,
cup.
I was about to say you can't be too mad because I saw your video the other day where you got Celtic winning 5-0 and you're just winning everything on there. So
uh,
can't be too mad at that. Yeah, I mean my Newcastle boys weren't playing, so it was quite boring weekend for me, so rail
yeah,
wise. But yeah, I did go out with the missus, so that was fun. We went
nice.
on a little adventure. Well, yeah, I think pretty much everything outside of Sorare was brilliant. And then the Sorare bit is just
Nice.
yeah, we'll get on to that. But yeah, so without spoiling too much, let's get on to the next part then.
No problem.
Okay, so on to the results then for the weekend. I'm gonna reveal my squad first. It's a little bit different to how we've done it in the past, but yeah, you're gonna have to bear with us for this one. So we're gonna sort of do my team first. I'm gonna talk about my scores and things like that, and then McBride's gonna reveal his team, and we'll see who wins. And of course, the loser will have to go on the dreaded wheel. Woo.
I'll keep a
Um,
straight face, so because I obviously I'll know if I've won or not. So
exactly, yeah. So this is my team. Now, I'll be honest. It's not the best. It's not the best. And I'll talk you guys through what happened. So, pretty much, I had Branimir, who played the first game for me, for Firth, and obviously McBride. You haven't seen my team yet, so I'll
no,
explain sort of some of my thought process going into it. So Firth were playing bottom of the league. And it's Bundesliga 2, and me and my live stream know about the Bundesliga 2 and goals. And we were watching the game, and honestly, I'm so surprised he didn't get a decisive. Like, he was playing brilliant. So, when that game concluded and he got 40, I was thinking, you know what? I'm actually not that mad at it because he actually played really well. But it's one of them, I'm sure you've had it loads on Sorare where, like, you watch a match and you'll be like, "Cool, that guy's." He's on for like 60, 70, and then you look on Sorare and he's on like
yeah.
30, and you're like, oh damn, okay. So yeah, he was that type of guy. To be honest, he was bossing the game, but obviously didn't show it in the score. So I wasn't really too mad at that one. Then my captain kind of done everything but the DA, which is kind of annoying because he got 22 AA, which is quite good. But yeah, just didn't get the DA. And again, a very favorable fixture that Magdeburg actually somehow lost. Which is not ideal. But yeah, 3 DAs, and he wasn't involved in any of them, which is quite frustrating. And then we had who was next to play? I think it was the keeper, who again conceded to that. The team won, so I picked a lot of like the right players, as you can see, in terms of like their team winning, but the players I picked didn't do anything, which is a bit frustrating. And then Dzeko, obviously 2 DAs, no goal. Just story of my weekend, really. And then finally, the last player to play was Scott McTominay, and he scored pretty early on. And the only reason we picked him, McBride, was because he was Scottish, and obviously yourself being a
He's
Scot.
done better than some of the other players, so
Well,
that's
yeah,
worked out well as a strategy.
exactly. So, um, just so you know, in all my other recordings or all the other budget battles, I always pick one player that has like some sort of association with the guest. So it's just yeah, the irony that the my best player is literally one that I pretty much had to pick. So yeah, so I guess overall not the best weekend. Yeah, let's get on to your team because we don't need to see this anymore.
There we go, sir. So as you can see, actually went a wee bit better for myself.
Nice.
Kakir was the last guy playing tonight, so we'll kind of go through them. This was a small change to who I put up because I picked Jose Perez and I really wanted to play Michel Sego, but I wasn't sure whether or not he was going to play because he had the flu recently. So I seen something to say that was pretty like sort of confident he was going to play, and I put him in, played him as captain. So
Can
scored 76.
can I just stop you there really
Uh-huh.
quickly? This is so annoying. Michelle Sego literally ruined my weekend
Yeah.
last budget battles, and you've captained it. Nah, that's disrespectful. That's actually
Do
disrespectful.
apologise. But there we go. That's what happens, isn't it? So I wanted to put him in for Brereton Diaz or Ayoze Perez. Ayoze Perez actually got a decisive as well, believe it or not. Brereton Diaz didn't really do much in terms of AA. In fact, he was in a minus AA, but he was really cheap, and obviously he's one of these cards where he's moved down to the championship. And the reason I picked him was because like he was, he was like I think the top scorer in the championship the last time he was there. So and he came up on the sort of metrics instead in terms of like potentially doing well. I was actually planning on captaining Maxime de Kuiper. If anyone's watched our private video, I think I had the captain on him at one point, but there was a bit of chatter about whether or not he might be rested before the Champions League games. Bruges have got a playoff. But he did. I mean, I couldn't pick up the defender card because it didn't fit this competition, but the defender card scored 100. So,
Nice.
um, but the mid card fit the budget. It was only like £6, which I was quite surprised about. So he was like in the 80s, which was amazing. Carlo Holt's a good game, but attacking wise, he had a big chance missed. So everything kind of went pretty well, but he just sort of missed a big chance. And then Kakir played tonight and he saved a penalty and he got a clean sheet.
Damn.
So yeah, I mean, if Holtz hadn't had that big chance missed, I think I might have won something pretty cool overall, to be honest. But
Mm,
pretty pleased with that, all things considered. 404's really on a 20 quid budget. Like,
yeah.
I'm pleased I've upheld my reputation and so there.
I was gonna say, I think that that probably is. I mean, I could be mistaken here, but I think that is the best result we've seen on Budget Battle so far. So
Yeah.
congratulations, mate! You've absolutely smashed that. I mean,
No
you've
problem.
got what, five DAs in there. I
Yeah.
can't believe your goalkeeper scored 100. That is, mate, you deserve the win just based on getting a goalkeeper to score 100. Like,
Well,
fair
he's
play,
he's been
fair
pretty
play.
good recently, to be honest. Like I think he lost the spot to Gonuk for Turkey, which I was a wee bit surprised about. But he was a Turkey goalie for years and years and years. I think the
Mm,
thing with Trabzonspor was the spell where they were a bit awful, but they've signed guys now like Stefan Savic who played with Atletico Madrid, so they look as if they're back on the road. But even with that, he does tend to still face quite a few shots. So when he does keep a clean sheet, he tends to get a bit of AA. So again, I kind of went on the cheap side with all the forwards, which seemed a bit counterintuitive for the
mm,
ultra attacking. But these guys came through with the A, and they were the most expensive picks. And then
yeah,
obviously Brereton Diaz was only a quid, so like that gave me a chance to bring these guys in. Michelle Sego is like I can't believe the price of this guy. He was so good in
yeah.
the league. He's moved to Hajduk, who are top of the league. As soon as he hits his stride there, like that can only really be a positive for him. So when I seen him, I thought, yeah, and I hadn't seen that he'd buggered you up before as well. So
I
that's
mean, you don't need to tell me about Sego. So I seen everything that you're saying, and obviously he DMP'd his first game for them, which is great. That's great, really great for my video. So
the
yeah, and
flu.
just to rub it in even more, just captain him for the next
You
episode.
should
All
have known
good.
he'd the flu. I mean, this is what you're supposed to know. And Sorare, you're supposed to know that somebody's having a baby, they've had the flu, you should just know that.
Silly, really silly. But yeah, I mean, do you know what? I'm actually kind of seeing this team has actually made me a lot happier because I had like a lot of like I was thinking my score is so average, and if yours is also average but it's like slightly better, it will really frustrate me.
Annoyed.
But yeah, but the fact you've absolutely smashed me, honestly, I can just hold my
Yeah,
hands up and say fair play,
yeah.
fair play.
I think
Um,
I won a tier three. So what I'll do is, since you've said I've got the best score, what I'll do is if you
yeah.
want to give away a card, I'll also give away
Oh wow,
the tier three that comes out as well. So I'll let
very
you
good.
know. You can put your video out and stuff, and you can decide who you're giving away the cards
Okay.
to, and I'll message you and let you know who the tier 3 is once I open it on Tuesday. You can give that away as well.
Wow, very generous of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so obviously that'll be announced. Well, as this video goes out, it'll be the next day. But yeah, speaking of giveaway, let's get to that wheel, shall we? So we are back. All of my team is on the wheel, and I'll be honest, the only name I care about losing is Attic. And obviously, if you guys watched the last episode, you will know that I gave away my most expensive player. So no doubt that my most expensive player will be given away again. But yeah, let's see. Please, not Attic. Anyone but Attic. Oh, yes. I'll take it. And you know what? I feel bad because he had a great game. But you know what? You're going, mate. You're going. So yeah, guys, if you do want to get involved in the giveaway, then obviously all the information will be tweeted out the following day after this video. So we're going to be giving away my Hergota card, and McBride has been very, very nice and offering his tier 3 reward, which we'll obviously give away as well. So yeah, if you guys want to get involved, then be sure to follow us both on Twitter, and yeah. So there you have it, guys. There is another episode of Budget Battles. Once again, massive shout out to McBride Ace. So fun to record with someone who sort of, as I was coming up into the Sorare scene, I was watching McBride's videos, so it's really always fun to record with people that I've almost been watching, if that makes sense. So lots of fun. Massive shout out to him. I learned a lot as well. Obviously, like in between recording sessions, just talking to him. Obviously, we're quite new in the content creator game. So yeah, with that being said, please do leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here, because it does really help a small channel like myself. You know, helps push it in the algorithms to new people and new users, and that is ultimately what we're trying to build here, a nice big community on the channel between us all. So yeah, do really appreciate all the support, guys. This one has been yeah, it's taken me back a little bit. Really, just privileged to be able to record with the likes of McBride. It's yeah, honestly, it is an honor. It is an honor. So, with that being said, I do want to make this series, you know, with people that you guys want to see. So, with that being said, if you guys can think of any Sorare content creators that you think would be good for this channel, you know, it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day. Nothing too serious, nothing too competitive or anything like that. Just, you know, just two guys, just two dudes, you know, having a bit of fun on Sorare, making some content and you know, content around that. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions of other content creators that you want to see, then obviously do message me, let me know, or maybe, you know, tag me on Twitter, you know, or one of them, or something like that, or maybe you can message them and say, you know, get involved. But yeah, do appreciate all of that, guys, all the support as always. It's been crazy, so I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for that, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in a future episode. Peace.